Okay, I said you're good. Excuse me. No, I don't have COVID. I swallowed my gum. I swallowed the gum spit wrong. Okay. I have $200 in my bank account. I make $10 per hour at my job. How many hours do I need to work to make $1,000? Now, we've done these before, okay, but the way we did it before is not going to work. You'll see why here in a bit, okay? So on your test you guys took last week, you had hours and dollars, and you're going to set up the table. That's what you're always going to put, okay? These are all hours, dollars problems. Now you're going to go 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, okay? Just stop at 3 because you'll see why I don't keep going here in a bit, but I want you to write that, okay? Now you started with $200. Now every time I work an hour I add 10, okay? So 200 plus 10 is 210. Now add 10 again, and that's going to be 220. Add 10 again, and that's going to be 230. Now I got to get to $1,000. I'm not even getting close, okay? This is going to take forever if I have to keep adding tens till I get $1,000, okay? I mean, it's just not practical. So I need a different way to solve this. You're going to apply some algebra skills here on what you've been working on, okay? Not hard ones, just I want you to make a line, please. And up top, I want you to put equals, and I want you to put what you need to end up with, $1,000. Now, here's how you fill out the rest of it. Look at your dollars column. You started with 200. Then you started adding 10. Now I'm going to put a times dot with that 10, and we're going to put a letter with it. We're going to put H, okay? Because every time there's an H, I add 10, so 10 times H. And that's going to be kind of standard to how this is written. Now, line up your equation down here with 1,000 equals 1,000. 1,000's all by itself. Now, over here, I want you to put the 10.H first, okay? I know you're like, well, 200 comes first. Yeah, it does, but we want it to look like what we're used to. Put the number with the times the letter first, and then plus the 200 after it, okay? See, now that's something I'm used to. Instead of X, there's an H though. So you make your wall, you circle the times, and you got your two steps. You're going to get rid of the plus 200 with minus 200, and then you're going to divide by 10. Okay, now just forget it's a story problem, okay? So minus 200. Minus 200. 1,000 minus 200 is 800. So 10 times H equals 800. Okay. Then we divide by 10. And I've got my answer for H. Okay. 80. Okay. That's the right answer. Label it hours. H for hours. So I would have had to go to 80 hours before I finally got to 1,000 doing it the old way. That was never going to work, okay? Now keep watching. I'm going to do 3 more in this video. I have $100. I make $8 per hour at my job. How many hours do I need to work to make $340? So you can set up your hours and dollars table. Then start with 0. Now you started with 100, okay? Then you 1 hour, you add 8. So 100 plus 8 is 108. Then 2 plus 8, it's going to be 116. Then stop at 3 because we're making progress, but it's going to take forever because I can't stop till I'm at 340. I'm not even getting close, okay? It's going to take forever. So you're going to make your line, just make the line here, equals where you want to end at, 340. Now up the line, you're going to put 100, that's your starting number, and you're adding 8, but you're adding 8 times the H for hours. That's why I'm using the letter H. Okay. So write your equation. equals 340. Now, I know 100 comes first, but when I write the plus, put your 8.h first. You can reorder a plus, and here's why. Don't write this down. 5 plus 3 and 3 plus 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. So in the plus, the order doesn't really matter, okay? So I can just well put my 8.h first, and then your 100 second. Okay. Instead of 100 plus 8 times h, we'll put 8.h equals plus 100. See, now it looks more with like what we've been doing. The times is here, so we got to get rid of the plus 100, so minus 100. And we got to get rid of the times 8, so divide by 8. Okay. So minus 100. 340 minus 100 is 240. Then I divide by 8. And 240 divided by 8 gives me 30. Okay, so 30 hours. That's how much I would have to work to get to 340. Okay, all these are kind of the same situation. I have $400. I earn $12 per hour at my job. How many hours do I need to work to earn $760? Okay. All right, so remember, hours go here, dollars go here. Don't change it, okay? 0. Well, you started with $400 before you went to work. Then you work 1 hour, you make $12. So 412. You work 2 hours, you add 12 again. That's 424. Remember, circle the 760. 3, add 12. It's going to be 436. Stop after 3 because that's going to take forever to get to 760. I mean, I'm just going up by small amounts. That's why we need to apply our algebra. Okay? Equals, put where you want to end up at, 760. And then you started with 400. Then you're adding 12, but you're adding 12 over and over and over times the h, okay? H for hours. Now you have your equation. Just remember how we're going to write it, okay? So, remember, the plus can be written any way I want. I would put the number times the variable first, 12 times h, and then plus the 400. Now it's like not even a story problem. Now that I have that set up, I mean, I know I should do the line, the wall, the wall. Looks like a wall, and then the circle where you got times, and then you got to get rid of the plus 100, 400 by minus 400, and then you're going to divide by 12. Okay, those are the two things we have to do, and we have our answer. So 760 minus 400 is 360, and then divide by 12, just like you have been, okay? So 360 divided by 12 is 30. So if I was ever going to find the answer for my table, I would still be doing it because we'd have to go all the way to 30 hours before I finally got to 760. Not cool. Not cool at all, okay? Put 30 hours as your label. Okay, last example. I have $120. I earn $18 per hour. How many hours do I need to work to earn $660? Okay, so hours and dollars. So we started with 120. Remember, circle the amount you want at the end. Okay. So 1, then you add 18. So 138. That 120 plus 18 is 138. Just use your calculator. Then the second hour, I add 18 again. So every single hour I work, I add 18. So 156. Then the third hour, add 18. $174, and I'm going to stop there because I got a long way to go to get to 660. Okay, so that table, I want to see the table, but then I want you to realize, okay, we're stopping at 3 because it's going to take forever. Okay, stop after the third hour. Now we go to plan B. That's the line. So you put where you want to end up at 660. And I started at 120. Then I started adding 18. But I don't know how many times I add 18, so that's why it's got to be times H. Okay. Okay, now you write your equation. So equals 660. Then you're always going to put plus, but reorder the plus. Put the 18.H first, because that's how you're used to seeing it. You're not used to seeing 120 plus 18.H. Okay, you're not used to seeing that. Eventually I'll get you so you're used to that, but you're not right now. Again, a plus can be written in any order. Okay, I can put this before the plus or this. I would want that because that's how I'm used to seeing that, those types of problems. Again, instead of X, it's an H. It works the same way. Okay, so I minus 120 and then divide by 18. Okay. Okay. 660 minus 120 is going to be 540. Then you're going to divide by 18. And there's always going to be 1 and 2. There's not going to be a 1, 2, 3 today. 30. Okay, 30 again, 30 hours. So again, I want to see table through 3 and then stop and make your line graph. It's called a graph, okay? And then write that into an equation and then you solve it with your step 1, step 2.